All right, let's do top 10 corners in the NFL right now. Always a difficult position group to do a top 10 list of just because it varies, right? It varies year to year. I mean, sometimes corners are, I would say it's the position more than any position in football that guys will have up years and then down years, and there's just so much fluctuation. But I can still do my best here, so let's do the top 10 corners in football. First, just some quick honorable mentions, and this will show how loaded how many good corners there are in the league. Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander, Carlton Davis, J.C. Horn, all great corners. None of them could quite make my list, but they all feel like top 10 corners. But yeah, let's just get into the list, starting off with number 10. I'm going Christian Benford, number 10, the Buffalo Bills corner, who has been, I think, an underrated player for them. And again, you look at the secondary on paper, a lot of oh yeah, you don't love that. Oh yeah, you don't love that. Benford's kind of been the exception. He's just been someone who can consistently cover guys one-on-one. He's someone who I really like. So for the Buffalo Bills, seems to be getting better year after year. He's still only 24 years old. Has had a couple of really good years already. So yeah, I think he's very good. And I'm going to keep putting him at a top 10 corner on this list. Someone that people don't fully know his name, but I think they will once he gets more playing time and they just see him more. Number 9, Sauce Gardner. How do you put him on a list, right? It's difficult because I think he was number 1 on my list last year. I mean, he entered the league and was like a top 1 or 2 corner both of his first 2 seasons, which we never see. So, okay, this guy is a superstar of superstars. And last year, everyone for the Jets had a down year. I've kind of been a little bit, lighter on critiquing a lot of Jets players because of that. But he had a down year. He did. He's coming off a down year, and he needs to play better. So I guess DJ Reed still did pretty good. So maybe you could argue, hey, a corner can do well in this situation. Corners have down years. It is what it is. I'm still going to put him on the top 10, and I'm expecting him to bounce back. But if not, he'll definitely be off the list next year. Number 8, I am going with Eagles corner Quin Mitchell. In fact, I could have considered a couple Eagles rookie corners last year because they also had Cooper DeJean, who Cooper DeJean was PFF's number 1 rated corner. But when you play some slot, that's going to help you. That tends to help that stat out a little bit. No, still he deserves credit, but Quin Mitchell also deserves a ton of credit for his ability to, again, for corners, which you don't always jump in and play great right away. He jumped in and played great right away. In fact, there's a lot of young players on this list, which is really interesting. But yeah, he was a fantastic player who, once he got fully integrated into that defense, which didn't take long, he was fantastic, and I don't think they win a Super Bowl without him out there. Number 7, I'm going Christian Gonzalez, a guy who, his rookie year, he was awesome right away. Another guy who just came in right away and was dominant. But then got injured, and there were some questions about, okay, are you going to come back from your injury? Are you going to be still as good as you were your rookie year? And there's the whole Bill Belichick question, right? Because how many great corners looked great under Belichick, but then weren't able to look great, usually for a different team, but in this case, being for the same team, but Belichick no longer there. He still was very good in a full year in the pros. So proving that he is not just a product of Belichick or anything like that. He is a great player. Still don't get how he fell to 17 in the draft. But yeah, he's number 7. Number 6, I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks corner, Devin Witherspoon. Again, a lot of young corners, and we're going to have some more young corners here. Devin Witherspoon, just 24 years old, has had 2 years. Again, another guy who had an awesome rookie year. And so the question is, okay, are you going to live up to that billing? And I might almost say that his rookie year was a touch better than the year 2, but I mean, year 2 was still another great season, and you put together 2 really good cornerback seasons. Well, then yeah, I'm gonna be pretty optimistic on that. So yeah, this is he is at number 6. Number 5, Jaylen Johnson is a really unique player. So his first 3 years in the league, he was solid. I think Bears fans really liked him, but when I always watch him, I'm like, yeah, he's playing okay. I don't know if he is superstar level. Then his 4th year happened, and he was superstar level. He was the best corner in football his 4th year. Then last year, his 5th year, the question is, okay, was that a fluke or is that who you are? I don't know if he was quite on that level, but it clearly wasn't a fluke either. He can get to that level and certainly had games at that level and still was a consistently very good corner for the Bears. And when there's a lot of talk about how are the Bears, how's the defense as good as what it is, Jaylen Johnson, they ask a ton out of him, and he is able to usually deliver on that. I would say almost always deliver. So yeah, he is a top 5 corner in football, in my opinion. Number 4, I'm going Trent McDuffy, a guy who won an All-Pro at the slot corner position. They moved him outside, which is concerning, right? How is he gonna hold up being an outside corner in this situation? I don't know. Turns out he's still pretty good at that as well, which I was concerned about when they said they were going to do that, but it fully worked out. I still think he's slightly better as a slot guy, but they needed an outside guy, and the fact that he can do both gives him versatility. He can follow guys to the slot if you need to, and you don't have to worry about if he knows how to handle that. So because of that, he is number 4 on the list. Number 3, Derek Stingley Jr., a guy who, we're talking a lot about these players that just entered the league and were awesome right away. Stingley did not have that. Stingley, in fact, struggled his rookie year. I remember with my created team, the Orlando Ostriches, I was saying okay, I drafted Derek Stingley with my first pick, and then it didn't work out the first year. I'm like, okay, well maybe, can't hit on every single selection. But then year 2 and year 3 happened, and turns out, no, he is an awesome player. I mean, I still think about that Miami Dolphins game last year where he was just covering Tyreek Hill, completely blanketing him. Hill could not beat Derek Stingley Jr., which might say that Tyreek Hill isn't quite what he once was, but also might just say that Stingley is that good. So yeah, fantastic player who is going to be, on the top of this list possibly for the next 10 years. So while everyone made fun of Houston for drafting him over Sauce Gardner year 1, turns out doesn't seem like that bad of a pick now. Number 2, I'm going Marlon Humphrey. So with all of the young corners we're talking about, at least we get one veteran in here, although he's still only 28. That feels insane. He feels like he should be 38. That's surprising to me. He's played in the league for a while, was a young player entering thing, because he's played 8 seasons. But yeah, Marlon Humphrey is a player who, he actually did the opposite of Trent McDuffy. He transitioned to the slot last year. He's always had some ups and downs to his career, but really, Baltimore just ask a ton out of him. He is one of the players where it's like, I mean, they do not do him any favors. They never say, hey, can we help out Marlon Humphrey here? No, they're like, what's the hardest we can make Marlon Humphrey's job? And we're going to do that every game, basically. They did move him to the slot last year, kind of out of necessity, given the way that their roster makeup was, and it worked. He played as a great slot corner last year. So, yeah, I mean, again, he still had a lot of snaps outside. Still, the majority of his snaps were outside, but he's played, I believe he won the All-Pro at the slot position. So, yeah, Marlon Humphrey, fantastic corner. He is number 2 on this list. But number 1, I mean, you kind of just have to put this guy at number 1, right? Pat Surtain, the reigning defensive player of the year, and I'm not mad at all at that selection. I do think he was the best corner in football by a pretty healthy margin, and it's not easy to win defensive player of the year as a corner. Now, usually what has to happen is the guy who leads the league in sacks, people don't want to give that guy the award. So Trey Hendrickson, due to the Bengals defense being so bad, and due to him not being a great run defender, people didn't really want to give him the award. So that's how that opens the door for other positions. And in my opinion, Pat Surtain, yeah, he was totally worth that award. I think he earned that honor and was fantastic. I mean, again, the way that this guy can play, he's also easily the best run defender I put on this list. I don't think there's anyone who's even in the ballpark that way, because he can do that. He's physical, but also is an elite corner. So yeah, he is number 1 on the list. Got to put the reigning defensive player of the year at the corner position at number 1 on the list. But those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from ya, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.